Hello and welcome back to another video on the Curly Trading YouTube channel. It's going to be a bit of a different one today. Usually it's just me in the videos, but we have a special guest, so...
What's good, guys? Falsy Trades here. What's happening?
Falsy Trades. So I'll leave his TikTok handle here. He has just started socials, so make sure to give him a follow. But if you're in my free Discord or have been a part of it before, you will know Falsy. He's active every day in it, putting in wins, losses, helping people. Falsy, to give a bit of background, basically, childhood friend of mine, but it's actually the first person I mentored trading. So he started to see success in trading. He's starting to get payouts, as you can see right here. So we're going to talk a little bit about how I've helped him and how he has progressed as a trader himself. So everyone that joins the Discord kind of get to know him a bit more, as he is active in there and replying to everyone. So I feel it could be good to get to know other people in there. So we'll get into the first questions. I'll give some tips as well on how I was able to make money, get payouts, and how I was able to help him be able to get payouts and see success in trading. So the first and most obvious question is, how did you actually get into day trading?
So for me, guys, personally, it was in college when I actually started drop shipping at first. That failed miserably. Again, tried to start a clothing brand after that. Again, went terribly again. And then eventually I was talking to Curly and he was saying, started this day trading thing, didn't really much know about it, kind of bought a bit of crypto back during COVID, but like didn't really know much about it, and I basically just kind of asked him to teach me a few things. And it was funny because I actually remember him saying, man, not going to teach you a thing unless you put 100% into it. And I just remember from that day that I just, every time we talked, called about trading, just had to be 100% all the time. And that's basically how I started, because I knew that Curly wouldn't give me the help if I wasn't at him every day, asking questions, send him screenshots of shitty trades, you know yourself, like.
So from me, what I can remember, because it was a while ago now, it's just under a year ago, I'd say, because so I just started to see kind of consistent success in day trading, started to obviously pass a good few accounts, get a few payouts, and Falsy started to see a bit of the money and started to get interest in day trading then.
Yes,
and obviously being a day one and best friend, obviously I gave him a little bit of help. He put in a lot of work himself. In fairness, I waited till he put in a lot of work, but we ended up working it out, and he obviously started to see success now in trading. So what was kind of the turning point, and what made you be able to kind of find success in trading?
So like, I found that the turning point in my trading was when I realised that it was 90% psychology and 10% being on the charts and your strategy, as I knew that my strategy was already profitable, but I needed to get into the mindset of being able to be profitable and taking the right trades and not over trade.
Yeah, that's half the battle. That's more than half the battle, is the psychology side of things, especially if you're discretionary trading. I assume if you're watching this, you're interested in how I trade, or you're in the Discord and you obviously see how we trade day in, day out, and it is super discretionary. Obviously our entry models, there's nothing mechanical about it, and that's how we like to trade, and that's how I obviously like to trade and started to see success. So it is a lot on the psychology, but when you put the rules in place and you're confident in your rules, that's when you start to see success in trading. In my opinion, that was a changing point for me. How did you find kind of when, I obviously remember at points you were taking 2-3 steps a day, and I at one point wanted you to cut down to 1 trade a day, and when you eventually did, how did that kind of help you out when you started to implement them kind of key rules for your discretionary trading?
So like, one of the big things, that was another serious turning point for me, was when Curly actually showed me a lockout rule that does be on some of the Project X platforms.
Yeah.
Where he was always telling me, just take 1 trade a day, 1 trade a day is all you need, win or loss, lock yourself out. And I found that, like he was saying there, I was taking 2 or 3 trades a day where like I could take 2 losses and then have 1 really good winner on an A+ setup. But yet I still could be down, or I still could be on break even on the day, because I was still taking so many trades. So what I started doing then was just taking the 1 A+ setup a day, and to be honest, that completely changed my trading, because it allowed me to keep my profits. But then if I did take a loss, it allowed me just to keep at that loss and not double that loss down and then blow accounts.
I feel like that's a game changer, especially when I get people, because I've obviously been helping some other people as well. When I get them to do the one trade a day, it completely changed their trading. I remember someone, they came to me and that was their only issue they had with their trading, that they see one unreal setup a day, but they end up taking the less quality setups, and it was taking away profit. So if you're watching this and you take more than one setup a day, that could be 100% for your strategy. But if you know there's only one good setup a day, why not just take and wait for the one good setup? And that's how a rule we put in place to see success in trading. So in your trade, you obviously came onto the markets and you only traded my strategy and how I like to trade. So you haven't done the strategy hopping that a lot of people, maybe you watching this, have struggled with strategy hopping. That's an issue you have. You've always stuck to one strategy. How did that kind of help your mentality and help your mindset in trading? Because you've always thought the one way about the charts. Like, people watching this, obviously, if they see, like, let's say on my Instagram, see payouts and stuff, they can see how we trade works. But if they've been strategy hopping and don't have confidence in a model that they're trading, why is sticking to one model so important in your opinion, and why was it so good for your trading?
Yeah, so I think sticking to one model is the most important thing you can do. You always see it on everybody's YouTube and TikToks that you need to stick with one strategy and do not hop and hop. And I found that really helpful for me, because when I was going on to the charts, I was just looking for the same things over and over and over again, rather than if I was strategy hopping, going to a new strategy every week, every month. Sure, every time I'd hop on the charts, I'd be looking for something different.
Exactly.
And my head would be all flustered then, not knowing what to look for.
Exactly. And why, like, how has that helped you? Like, let's say someone watching this is just getting into trading. Why, let's say, if they choose to trade, like we do, lower time frame, New York session, whatever it might be, how is that so important for your mindset? Because you're not thinking about charts the other way. Because I know when I started, I tried a few different strategies, and when I like focused on just my strategy, when I wasn't seeing success, I was starting to think, oh, but this strategy's going short and I'm going long with the way I want to trade now. How has just sticking to one since the start helped you? Is it making the charts clearer from the start?
So for me, my life has nearly always been about routine, whether it's the way I eat, when I go to the gym, when I did have a job, what I'd be doing there. Every day I need to have a routine and a set, nearly a set rules like we have in trading. So when I eventually understood that all I needed to do was just follow the same rule set every day, and on the higher scale of things, at the end of the year, I would be up money. I would make money, because when I was back testing, using these same confluences, the exact same strategy, after a year of back testing, 2 years, 3 years, I could see that I could be fully profitable by doing this full time. So that really helped me understand.
It's about having trust in your model and like who is teaching you, and just having trust in the whole system of the process of trading. Because if you're not sure on why you're taking this, you're not sure, and you're this strategy going short, I'm going long, and you're not confident because you might be seeing other people trading differently. You don't have enough confidence in your model and trust in your model. So that's a super important thing that I kind of try to portray to Falsey starting, that you need to trust this model. You need to trust how we trade, that over a long period of time, this is a profitable model. You can get payouts. You can do it full time like myself. You can travel the world and trade. What is the goal for a lot of people, especially around where we live? That's a big goal that people have, is the travel and stuff. So obviously I'm lucky enough to do that. Now, what's your kind of plan for the future? Obviously you're just starting in the last kind of few months, start getting payouts, you're starting to grow your capital a bit more.
100%.
You're starting to show your journey on social media. So what's your kind of plan for the near future? You're coming out to Thailand soon over, aren't you?
So my overall plan when I started out day trading was to do this full time and be able to travel the world while doing it. And in March I'm actually going out to Thailand, to Curly here, because he speaks nothing but highly of it. All I hear is good words about being Bali,
traveling,
Bangkok, Phuket.
Yeah.
Like, this man gets to travel all over Asia while being able to trade. Like, who wouldn't want to do that? So then obviously after test out the waters for the week, I'm hoping to actually move out there full time as well.
Yeah, so you wanna do it as well, full time journey. But that's the benefit, I think. Especially, maybe it might be different for you, but for where we are, in our lives where I am anyways, travelling and trading and being able to live in these cool places is the biggest benefits. The freedom of trading that's so attractive, and trading was our escape and that kind of route to it. Obviously, I'm out there now. Falsey hopefully be out there soon, at least the first half of this year. He's just growing his capital a bit more now, saving a bit more money from payouts and doing that type of thing.
Exactly.
And he's nearly at that point in his journey where he can take the kind of step to go and do this as a full-time thing. So that's kind of where he is and where I am with my journey, and kind of where we should be linking up soon, actually, the other side of the world. So that'd be cool as well.
So one thing I wanted to ask you as well was, what struggles did you have while trying to teach me or anybody else day trading?
Other mentees. So yeah, the biggest struggle I see with people is it's not happening as quick as they'd like. And that's the hardest part about trading, is that the harsh reality is, in the way we trade and most people trade, it's quite a long process to understand the charts, to be able to see success. You need to take the right steps and do the right things to be able to see consistent success in trading. People think, oh, you get a mentor, you could join the free Discord, or you watch the free YouTube series that I have coming out at the start of January, free plug. But so if you're just starting trading, that's definitely a good one to watch. But if people watch that and then they're like, oh, I want to go live in Bali, I want to trade full time. It's a process to build the capital, to save the payouts, to have consistent success. In my opinion, you should be having 6 months to a year of consistent payouts before you take a leap, maybe. Yes, you can take a chance on yourself at some point, but it's about building that consistency and having trust in yourself to be able to do this skill full time, be able to see success now over a long period of time. And that was something I even struggled with to start my journey, was I was trying to rush the process. And you can put in loads of work, and work will speed up your process, but it's about doing the right steps at the right time. Like you said, taking 2-3 trades a day, you're never trying to force more profits, more money. But when you slow it down and focus on the profitability and focus on the hour return over a longer period of time, that's what builds you that consistency to get the consistent payouts and be able to see success in day trading. In my opinion, what separates people that get lucky and get a payout or two and then fall off trading, the people that are able to do consistent and be able to make money long term. Right, we'll wrap it up there. Hopefully you might learn something more about Falsey, as he is super active in the Discord. As I've said, the free Discord is the top link below, so make sure you come get involved. You can talk to me, him, loads of other traders from Ireland, UK, I think we've Croatian traders, American, there's loads of traders in there, so make sure you join in and get involved. If anyone has any questions, leave them in the comments below. As I've said, Falsey's link will also be in the description, so make sure to go give him a follow too. For now, peace out.
Peace out, guys.